History is often written by the victors, carved into stone and inked onto parchment. But sometimes, history is written by the wind. The year is 1421, decades before Columbus. An armada unlike anything the human race had ever seen dominated the oceans. This was the Ming Dynasty's treasure fleet, the zenith of Chinese engineering. At its helm was Zheng He, a man who rose from prisoner of war to Grand Eunuch and Admiral of the Western Seas. Columbus's Santa Maria was 85 feet long. Zheng He's command ships were reportedly over 400 feet long, with 9 masts, 12 sails, and watertight bulkheads, technology Europe wouldn't discover for centuries. In our timeline, these titans turned the Indian Ocean into a Chinese lake, bringing back tribute like pearls and giraffes to the emperor in the Forbidden City. But history is fragile. In 1421, a change in wind, a navigational error, or perhaps a secret ambition pushes the fleet into the Kuroshio Current, the Black Stream. Once caught, there is no turning back. The dragon is pushed east, and weeks later, the lookout spots a dark green line on the horizon, not the spy silence, but a new world. They land in a place of towering trees and eternal mist. Chinese scholars might have named this land Fusang, a mythical continent to the east. We know it as California. When Europeans arrived, their doctrine was often conquest. The Ming philosophy was tribute. The emperor simply needed acknowledgement of his central place in the universe. Trade citadels would be established. San Francisco Bay becomes New Nanjing, and the Sacramento Valley is terraced for rice paddies within a generation. In 1421, China possessed the 3 keys to the future: the compass, gunpowder, and crucially, variolation, an early form of inoculation against smallpox. With Chinese medicine and inoculation introduced early, the 90% mortality rate that decimated the Americas might have been halted. Indigenous civilizations survive and begin to learn. 70 years pass. The dragon has settled, and the Silk Road now extends across the Rockies. Most importantly, the Ming brought horses. By the time the sun rises on October 12, 1492, the Americas are not a silent, isolated world. They are a fortress. Columbus expects primitive tribes and gold for the taking. Instead, rumors have traveled south. The Aztec and Maya civilizations, bolstered by decades of trade, are prepared. When the conquistadors arrive, they do not face stone weapons. They face gunpowder and steel. The Atlantic powers find themselves blocked. In this timeline, the balance of the world shifts irrevocably. The infinite wealth of the Americas flows west to Beijing, not east to Madrid. The Industrial Revolution might have sparked in the Yangtze Delta, fueled by the resources of the Golden Mountain. Europe remains a fractious collection of second-rate kingdoms. English remains a minor dialect. The language of science, commerce, and diplomacy is Mandarin. Confucianism, not Christianity, becomes the dominant moral framework of the New World. But the wind did not blow east. In our reality, the Yongle Emperor died. His successors, fearing the cost of the voyages, ordered the fleet recalled. They burned the ships and destroyed the logs. China turned inward, building the Great Wall instead of the Great Fleet. They slept, and the West awoke. Yet, looking at the sheer scale of those treasure ships, one cannot help but wonder how close we came to a world where the East was West, and the West was merely waiting to be discovered.